Mark had been at his desk for 14 hours straight when the air conditioning clicked off, leaving the 26th floor in a dead, suffocating silence. It was 2:00 a.m. He was staring at a spreadsheet that would lay out 300 people from the manufacturing division by Friday morning. His boss, the regional director, had left at 5 with a pat on Mark's shoulder and a casual, make it look like a budget restructuring, kid. Mark rubbed his eyes, his mouse hovering over the submit to HR button. If he clicked it, his promotion was guaranteed. If he didn't, he'd be on the next list. You aren't actually going to send that, are you? Mark jumped, his chair scraping loudly against the linoleum. Standing by the dark water cooler was a man in a pristine, tailored suit. The office was keycard access only after 8, and Mark hadn't heard the elevator chime. The man didn't look like an intruder. He looked like a CEO from a luxury magazine, except his eyes were a shifting, iridescent gold that seemed to catch light that wasn't there. Who are you? Mark demanded, standing up and backing against his cubicle wall. Security is downstairs. Security is asleep, Mark, the stranger said, walking slowly down the aisle of empty desks. He stopped at Mark's station, looking down at the glowing monitor. And my name isn't important. What's important is that you are about to sign away the livelihoods of 300 families to buy yourself a corner office. It's corporate policy, Mark stammered, his heart hammering against his ribs. The company is bleeding revenue. If I don't optimize the numbers, someone else will. Stranger tilted his head, a cold, humorless smile touching his lips. Optimize, a beautiful word to hide an ugly truth. Tell me, do you think the board of directors will remember your loyalty when the next quarter's projections drop? You are burning your own humanity to fuel a furnace that will eventually consume you too. I don't have a choice, Mark snapped, the exhaustion and guilt finally boiling over. I have a mortgage, I have bills. That's how the system works. You play the game or you get crushed. Stranger reached out, his hand hovering an inch above the computer mouse. The digital screen suddenly flickered, the rows of numbers dissolving into a live video feed. Mark gasped. It showed the dark, quiet living room of a man named David, one of the floor supervisors on the layoff list. David was sitting on his couch in the dark, staring at a stack of medical bills, while his young daughter slept on the armchair nearby. System only works because people like you agree to be the blade, the stranger whispered, his golden eyes locking onto Mark's. The choice is yours, Mark. Sign the paper and take the blood money, or delete the file, protect the people who built this company, and face the fire tomorrow. Video feed snapped back into a spreadsheet. The mouse cursor was still hovering over the send button. Mark looked at the screen, then looked up to confront the stranger, but the aisle was completely empty. Only the faint smell of ozone remained in the air. Mark's hand trembled on the mouse. He took a deep breath, highlighted the entire document, and hit delete. Sometimes, the best career move is refusing to play the game. What would you have done if you saw the faces behind the numbers?